Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rifter number 5. And today we are going to talk about an often overlooked OCC, especially if you have any kind of gear in your group, the operator. We're going to talk about some extra reasons why the operator is very important in your group. We're going to look at several different OCC variants, some extra powers, and basically just a background on this guy who just doesn't get enough love. So stick with us. We'll be back in a sec.
Role-playing games thrive in fantastic worlds and at inclusive tables that embrace these core values for the most positive gaming experience. Donate to the Wounded Warrior Project via the link in the description below to help, honor, and empower our wounded heroes. On Thursdays and Saturdays, watch Heathen Dog's Dirty Casuals play multiplayer video games over on Twitch. On Sundays and Fridays, join us for tabletop role-playing game content on both YouTube and Rumble. Finally, please take a quick moment to like this video and share it with both your friends and on social media. If you have not done so, please subscribe to Legion of Myth and activate that bell icon to receive notifications of new content.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And we are here, Rifter number 5. And let's head over to The World of the Operator by Eric Thompson. The role of the traveling mechanic is integral in the world of Rifts. That sentence is absolutely true. Absolutely true. To a remote community, they can be the difference between filled stomachs or famine, in much the same way as champions can determine their survival or demise. As adventurers, operators can determine the fate of a mercenary company or traveling party, holding a level of admiration and respect as well as being seen as a necessity or at least a nice prize. Consequently, there are those mechanics who see those window of opportunity and abuse the trust to extract profit, glory, revenge, or recognition, no matter what the means may be. Furthermore, tyrants and slave drivers have been known to pay a pretty penny for a competent operator, as they're valued in their slave trades in Atlantis, among other places. So, what that first paragraph has told you is that the operator is going to be vitally important, not only to the functioning of the mechanical things in your group, but also he's going to be a way to ingratiate yourself to cities and villages that their generator broke down, or their windmill is broken, or their water wheel isn't watering or wheeling. You're going to be able to fix that, and then they're going to look kindly on you.
The problem with the tyrants and slave drivers, though, is that
and then there's the NPC operator. Just as important, but to the bad guy. Take out the NPC's operator. Well, now their giant death machine doesn't work. Or their army of powered robots can no longer be maintained. Stuff like that. It's useful for a game master to think about these things to give the players more options in defeating the bad guy rather than just bloody their fists on him. All right, let's keep going. However, many of these men, women, and children disguise their natural talents from the average person for fear of prosecution, especially from the coalition states and their sympathizers. The members of this secret society of rogue mechanics, as the coalition likes to put it, which is grouped in with cyberdocs, techno-wizards, sci-tech, stuff like that, have been labeled terrorists that wish to extract their hardships on the working class of the coalition citizens, and troublemakers for Prosec's campaign of unity. Consequently, coalition military law has branded these folks, and it is not uncommon to see arrests made under false pretenses or for no pretense whatsoever. These arrests include interrogation, confiscation, blah, blah, blah. So this paragraph is telling you the operator, while not in the way of every bullet like the crazy or the juicer or the Borg, is in constant danger if seen by the wrong people. Just like the juicer, the crazy, or the Borg. So they are in no less danger than the warrior types, but they're in a different kind of danger. Under the same classification as practitioners of magic, scholars, rogue scientists, and psychics, operators and mechanics alike have been forced to render their services underground or from within an active mercenary company for protection. Now remember, many operators are psychics. I think it's 30 or 35% of them.
Wow.
Also have psychic powers. So the coalition is not fond of that. And anti-magic folk are not fond of that either. But it makes them great mechanics, just so much better. So much better. The psychic operator. Here we go. Over time, it has become noticeable that the psionic abilities of the operator have grown increasingly diverse and powerful, as well as unique. The following OCCs explore the more common of the operator genre. People like Psytex will often see a psi mechanic as a kindred spirit of sorts, often being of greater potential than just a simple mechanic. Techno wizards see themselves in the same boat as the operator, with both directing their innate abilities toward technology and mechanics with amazing results. While ordinary psychics see their abilities directed towards the living, psychic operators find their powers focused solely on mechanics, the non-living, the machine. For instance, a psychic with the power of presence sense will be able to estimate the number of potential living enemies in an area. An operator, on the other hand, will be able to estimate the number of war machines, weapons, including mines and miscellaneous equipment like radios, flashlights, computers, etc. This is obviously a variant of the normal in the main book operator OCC, but these are variants that can make sense to a lot of people. GM note: during gameplay and the advancement of the character, it may be appropriate to assign future psychic powers that reflect the experiences the character has endured. This is the more holistic psychic progression.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. But, I'm not going to take away from like, oh no, man, I've wanted this since level 1. I've wanted this power and I couldn't get it until this level. I really want it. Like, okay, fine. Okay. But if you take the holistic route, I may be able to help you out, a little bit. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, stuff like that. So remember that. Operator. Wilderness/city, 1 to 40%. Choose or roll for 3 random powers. Roll an additional random power at 3rd, 7th, and 12th level. So these are random powers that you will get at level 1 if you choose this specialized kind of operator. They are manipulate electric devices. Object read, just for devices and weapons. Resist fatigue. Sense magic, which is special. You can only sense techno wizard devices or magically powered devices. Sense psionics, also special. These are devices powered by ISP or holding ISP, as in like a psychic battery of some kind.
Oh, that's kind of cool, though. They can sense crazies.
Yes, and because crazies are psychics, so you can sense psionics. You can sense, because it's a psionics created by technology, so you can sense it. Whether they're using their powers or not, it doesn't matter. They are technological psychic beings. You can sense it. Speed reading, 6th sense. Only applies to technological dangers like explosions or weapons fire, or landmines or tripwires or whatever. Total recall, machine ghost, presence sense works the same way as the sense of psychic ability, but applies only to mechanical devices and weapons. However, the character can change focus within the power's duration to estimate various systems. Consequently, this is limited to only distinguishing between power armor, robots, computer systems, energy weapons, or conventional weapons, whether they are human-made or alien. It's basically you presence sense, and then you can focus it to figure out exactly what kind of thing you are presence sensing. Sense machines. Like sense magic, but allows the character to pinpoint and track an artificially intelligent machine. Watch out, Archie.
Mechanoids.
Also mechanoids, yes.
If you're sensing any of these things, you don't want to be in the
you just got to find a hole and
something doesn't feel right. I'm out.
I'm out. Later. Mind block but your mind block also adds +2 to save versus all mystic or psychic attacks from enchanted weapons, including rune weapons, bio-wizardry weapons, staves from millennium trees, etc. The bonus is also applicable to cursed mechanical objects or rune weapons of contrasting alignments.
+2 doesn't seem like a lot, though.
Well, think about it. I mean, if you have a cursed magical weapon and you pick it up, it's going to try and take over your mind. Having an automatic +2 to that over the course of however forever is probably a good thing. Telemechanic, mental operation, or paralysis. You have to choose one or the other. This is the normal telemechanic power where you touch an item, spend some ISP, and now you know exactly what it's supposed to do, how it works, how to work it, how to fix it, what parts it needs, power source, everything. Or paralysis, where you touch an item and you can make it stop. Not work ever. Well, until the power runs out or whatever. And resist electricity, same as electrokinesis. Operator, the city wilderness operator, base ISP, SDC base for psychic or non-psychic. Remember, there's a 40% chance you're psychic. If you're not, then you get more SDC to try and make up for that.
Mechanical intimidation. That just sounds
exactly.
weird.
I got to read that. It's weird, right? All operators, psychic or not, are completely unintimidated by machinery, whether it be a Skelebot, demonic Borg, gargoyle Borg, gigantic robot, whatever. It's just a machine. They know so much about machines, they lack the fear of the unknown when it comes to anything mechanical. So their level of fear is much lower. For this reason, the operator suffers only half of the usual penalties associated with dealing with alien technology, techno-wizardry, or fear from a giant techno-Borg gargoyle giant thing, right? Only half of the effects. So half of the penalties, half the duration, half whatever. Then we have more OCC. City operator, specializing in city type stuff. Come on, let's go. That's a nice picture.
I don't know if that's goth inspired or
it's a little both.
Got a little Elvira going on there.
Yeah. In fortress cities where the military or government supplies the mechanic maintaining the civilian machines, these characters can get pretty bored. They may stick around if the night job scene is their liking, but generally too lazy to get a job that doesn't involve mechanical engineering, computer repair, or fine-tuning equipment. Okay, so this is an operator if you have a city campaign. And all of his powers are going to be focused more toward that and his skills and such like that. And then we have the wilderness operator. This is the traveling repairman. This is the guy who goes from small town to small town, fixing solar powered batteries, fixing water wheel generators, diesel generators, stuff like that.
He's the Kwai Chang Kang of fixing your stuff.
There you go. Right. I mean, each village may only have 1, 2, or 3 MDC weapons and 1 set of MDC armor, and the people of the village can't repair them. Well, the wandering operator comes in. Oh, I can do that. And he'll do it for comparatively a song, place to stay, some food, a little bit of coin in my pocket, and I'll move on. It's good stuff. If you have a wilderness type campaign, this is the operator for you. And then we have City and Wilderness operator experience. And then we have the armorer. This is the guy in the world of Rifts, is an unofficial classification for wandering adventurers who specialize with weapons. However, they're more of a cross between extremely skilled soldier and an operator. Generally, these are highly intelligent men and women who can literally do anything with a gun. Shoot, strip, rebuild, modify, whatever. They are adventurous travelers who are constantly inventing, modifying, and collecting different gadgets and weapons. Note, this class is extremely common among the 3 Galaxy / Phase World setting, but they're usually referred to as troubleshooters.
Interesting.
So what is their specialty? Okay, approximately 30% of all armorers are minor psychics, just like normal operators. Special skill, weapons and armor engineer. Base skill of 45 plus 5 per level. That's really high as a base skill. That is very high. Essentially a more advanced version of the weapons engineer skill. The armorer OCC can build or repair personal body armor from scratch or from pieces. This includes everything from dog pack armor to armored exoskeletons, but not powered armor. Phase World troubleshooters can work with personal force fields as well. Human-sized weapons can be built, modified, and stripped. Repairing power armor or robots is only possible if the damage is less than 20% of the starting MDC of the vehicle. Normal vehicles like cars and hovercycles can be repaired normally. The armorer can also repair melee weapons and can build them as if he had a weapon proficiency in the desired item. Anything beyond what is listed here is beyond the normal capabilities of the armorer. Otherworldly or alien items add their full normal penalties to this skill. As a catch-all guideline, if it uses eclipse or grenades, then an armorer is capable of at least understanding it. Note, Naruni plasma charges cannot be duplicated or recharged. However, the cartridge guns can be repaired easily. Naruni plasma cartridges are really cool. I had them in my last Heroes Limited campaign. they're giant, regular looking bullets, but the entire thing turns into a plasma ball and shoots out the barrel of the gun. So it's like caseless ammo because the case is turned into a plasma ball that you kill someone
But
with.
does plasma damage, which in Palladium does usually more than...
Fair enough, yes. The most interesting aspect of the armor is his collection of gadgets. He has up to 6 gadgets and creates or modifies an additional one for every level. So what are some? These are example gadgets. A laser scalpel incorporated into a Swiss Army knife. A fusion block modified to be sound sensitive and made to look like a belt buckle.
What?
1 dozen super glue grenades acts like a carpet of adhesion spell.
Why? No, I'm still stuck in that. Why the hell would you ever want a fusion block belt buckle? There's no.
Well, you would take it off and place it on something and then run away.
Hey, sir, you left your belt here. That's not weird at all.
Meh. He woke up from a weird dream and he sketched it out.
Okay.
That's what happened. An auto skeleton key or electronic key card. It gives you the pick lock skill at 30% or provides a bonus equal to the armorer's skill level. Collapsible vibro saber. -1 to parry, but plus 20% to conceal. So those are the powers that the armor OCC gets. And then we have all the skills, demolitions, automated mechanics, base electronics, all the normal stuff you would get. And standard equipment, 2 suits of personal body armor because, you got to have a backup, right? I understand that.
One that you're always working on.
Yeah. Or 1 suit of exoskeleton armor. That's powered armor, basically. That's good too. Vehicle, a good hovercycle motor.
I thought he couldn't fix power armor.
No, you can fix them as long as they're not more than 20% damaged, just with his armor OCC special power ability. But if you get the OCC related skill of power armor repair,
okay,
then you're good to go. You just got to use that instead of your higher skill as a power ability. Starting money up to 12 grand and up to looks like 20 grand in black market stuff. Non-psychics, if you're in the 70% of these operators that are not psychics, you can start with 3 cybernetic systems. But if you're a psychic armor, well, you won't, because that screws with psychics and magic, so they don't do that. And that is it. And then we get into spatial mage additions. Those are actually spatial mage addendums, because it was stuff that was supposed to be in a previous Rifter that was accidentally cut out in the publishing process. So yeah, that is it. What do we have for comments?
I'm going to start with this one because it's hilarious.
Okay.
Did you cover Rifter number 4 already?
No, I didn't. And yep, I thought I was on number 5, but I was supposed to be on number 4. So next time will be Rifter number 4.
That's funny. I fail machine horror factor all the time. Is that a thing?
Well, no, it's like when you're trying to, if you're not good at working with machines and they just don't work for you.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if that was a thing in Rifts. Like,
No.
okay.
No. It's not a specific thing in Rifts. No.
Got it. And then cool rune weapons, and yet Heathen Dog didn't want to talk about them.
Well, no, because all it was examples of rune and legendary weapons, and that's great and all. That's awesome, but it's not worth the whole segment on its own.
That's fair. Like, you're fine. We've been giving Heathen Dog crap for that all day, so it's all good. That's why I thought it was funny, because somebody out there was saying it. So
it would have been 5 if I was here last week. Yeah, well, actually, I was going to do a Shadowrun thing, but there was no way that Max would be able to get any kind of graphics for it in a day's notice, so couldn't do that.
Are you gonna do the Shadowrun thing next week?
You know what? Yes.
Okay.
Shadow Tech. I'm doing Shadow Tech next week.
Which I'm okay with. For those who don't know, actually, let's like, subscribe, share this thing. Then we'll talk to our live stream viewers. Like, subscribe, and share. next time he does a Rifter, it'll be Rifter number 4. We hope, that could always be the forgotten episode. Like, when are you gonna do 4? Like, I don't know. We'll get to it as soon as maybe next time. When you do
we're gonna pull a late night talk show thing. Oh, I'm sorry to Matt Damon. We ran out of time.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, I hope to see you next time, and I hope everybody has a great week.